Hey friends, welcome to the office of RJ DeWolfe. Today, I figure we need to start advancing our work a little bit, advancing our studies, and actually doing some clinical work and like field work and getting in the field. And I thought since we have an apparently disturbed individual at our disposal, I'm talking about Scraggles, he, he kind of, concerned us last week with some of his emotional content, we thought maybe we would investigate him and analyze him in a psychological way, and that could teach us about things. So I am going to let Scraggles have a chance to open up in this episode and tell us about himself. Scraggles, why don't you go forward?
I am so humiliated to be undergoing therapy right now. Especially with the likes of Jordan and RJ. Pathetic excuses for individuals. Drinking their coffee, smoking their cannabis. I don't drink coffee. I don't smoke cannabis. I don't drink alcohol. I I do not even allow myself in the same room as bread made from white flour. They make these grilled cheeses on sourdough bread, and that bread essence hangs in the air, and I swear I've gained 2 pounds since I've moved in here. I have a very strict diet of blood and fresh raw meat from those dying in terror. They have to die in terror. If they die peacefully, I leave them to the vultures. But the adrenaline in their blood is really good for you. Okay? It's really good for the arteries. It helps develop brain cells. And I find, for my personal biology, for it to be the best way to go about things is to eat the terror diet, as I call it. Alright? These people, soft, RJ and Jordan, soft, they're such bad influences. They can't live their lives without dulling the blade with palliative measures, as Sigmund Freud would have called it. See, I know psychology too. I know their little games. Trying to soften me, say that I have anger problems, and I need to open up and be more sensitive. What do they want from me? They want me to tell them my case history, talk about my parents, my siblings? Well, I remember the day I was born. I remember looking at my mother and my father and thinking they both looked like bitches. I'm looking at my siblings and my litter, and they looked like bitches. And I knew I was the alpha, that I was the master apex predator all along. And they want to investigate RJ Jordan, want to investigate if I have a superiority complex. But I'm trying to motivate people. Like that whole coming after you bitch, a shtick. You know? I'm trying to motivate people to exercise more so they can be less like a bitch and more like Scraggles. I'm a nice fucking guy!
All right, I see. Okay, well, one thing I like to teach is positive regard. Maybe that's a good topic. Positive regard means that like you gotta be a little bit confident in what your patient or client is saying, whoever you're analyzing, because you gotta keep in mind that Scraggles might be right, that this is not a delusion, that perhaps we in fact are all bitches, and he is the only one that is not a bitch. It's like we said in the solipsism episode. There's a chance he's right. I kind of do feel like a bitch when I'm in the same room as Scraggles. I always thought Jordan was a bitch, and I just think that Scraggles makes some very good points worth investigating. So we'll continue with Scraggles because honestly, the guy's growing on me, and I'll see you next time on the Office of RJ DeWolfe. Thank you so much.